Hi. So in this part, I'll be introducing the tool we used to measure test coverage for our calculator project. We selected IntelliJ Building Code Coverage Tool, which is integrated directly into the IDE and doesn't require any external setup or plugin installation. So code coverage tools help developers measure how much of their source code is executed when running automated tests. And this ensures that our tests are not only present, but meaningful and thorough. So, since IntelliJ has covered functionality built in, we don't need to install or configure anything separately. It automatically detects our test classes, which are annotating using JUnit 5 or at test annotation. We simply right click on the test class and choose Run with Coverage. The IDE handles the rest, it runs all the tests and collects coverage data behind the scene. So here on the right, after test suite finishes, the coverage report opens. It's a coverage tool window. This window gives the hierarchical breakdown of coverage across packages and files. Like here we can see 100% in all, in classes, methods, line, and branch. So two here in classes means that both our classes were run 100%, fully tested. And here 10 methods were executed, 20 lines of logic ran during the all tests. So, and for the branch, 100% branch coverage. So every true false path of our condition logic was taken, like in the div method where we test the division by 0 or non-zero. So all tests were 100% tested. So the main advantage of using IntelliJ Code Coverage tool is that it makes gaps in testing immediately visible. The green bar here beside the methods indicate fully covered lines, while red bars that we don't have here would show untested logic. With full visibility into what was or wasn't tested, we can improve our test suite to reduce bugs, increase reliability, and make the code easier to maintain in the long run. So here to summarize, IntelliJ built-in code coverage tool gives us instant, visual, and accurate insights into our test coverage and directly within our workflow.
I'm Fida, and I will be introducing the code base we selected for our coverage testing project. We have created custom Java class called student info.java, which include simple but realistic functions that handle student related info data. This class is small, easy to understand, and ideal for demonstrating both line and branch coverage. We have like four functions. First one is adult. Check whether the student is adult, retain true if the age is 18 or older. The second one, full name with string parameters. Combine first name and last name in one string, which is give a full name. The third one, which is valid email. Like perform several check to see if email is valid. Check if it's not null, not empty. Include this at sign. Sorry. And as student at U Ottawa, like our email should include U Ottawa. If it's apply this condition, return true. If not, it's return false. And the last one, get a student score grade, retain the student grade A to F, while also checking for null or out of range input. Like we will go in detail in it. So let's go back for valid email. We check if email is not null, not empty, and include both at and U Ottawa sign. And also in get a student score grade, there are several conditions. If the score is null, it will retain invalid score. If it's out of range, less than 0 or greater than 10, it will retain invalid score, and otherwise we retain a grade based on score range like A, B, C, D, and F. We choose this code base because it's allow us to easy create target test case. For example, we can test score range, null values, and valid invalid email format, which help us to explore different code path and maximize coverage.
Everyone, in this section I will go over the test cases that we have developed for our code base. So we have developed 4 test cases corresponding to the 4 methods that we have in our code base. In the first test case here, we are testing the method that is asking for the user age to assure that he or she is over 18 years of age and is an adult. So the first assert is to check if the return value is going to be true for 20, and the second one should give a false value for 17. In the second test case, we are testing for the function that asks the user for the username. So here the expected value is in this format, and we are checking if we are going to get this result by passing the username and the first name and the last name. In the third test case, we are testing for the email of the user, if it is a valid email or not. So in the first assert, we are asserting if the email is going to give true for the correct format, which is the format of our university emails, which includes the university domain. And in the second assert, the assert false, it should give false because we have a different domain. Here we have a Gmail and we don't have the university domain at UORA. And in the third assert, we are asserting if the return value going to be false for an empty string. Okay, and for the last test case, we are testing the last method that we have, which includes this bunch of if statements, conditioning and branching. And so in the first assert, we are checking if the return value going to be A, which is the expected letter grade for the numeric grade 1595. And in the second assert, we are asserting if we are going to get an invalid score and going to get invalid input if we are giving a numeric value of 1 or 5. And in the third and last assert equal, we are checking if we are going to get an F for a numeric value of 50. Okay, now if we double click and go to more run or debug, we can click on run test valid email with coverage, which will run only this test, but we need to test the whole program. So I will double click here and go to more, run debug, and run the whole class with coverage. Okay, we can see here that all 4 of our test cases passed successfully and we have the green light. And here in the top we can see the report for our coverage. So we can see that 100% of our classes, which are 2, are covered. The first one is the student info and the second one is the test class. And you can see that 100% of our methods were covered, which is 8 out of 8 for the student, for the production code, and for the test code. And for the line category, you can see that 86 of the lines were covered, 78 from the lines in the production class, and 100% from the lines in the test class. And here lastly we can see in the branch category that we achieved 70% coverage with 14 out of 20 of the branches. So 14 out of the 20 of the branches in the production class, the branches and the conditioning statements were covered, and 100% of the which are 0, so it is expected to get 100% coverage rate.